Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. He Knows Ball here on this Monday morning in November, coming off of upset weekend in college football and in the NFL. Almost saw the Chiefs get defeated. We'll see it soon. Hopefully, probably not. No time soon.
We need it.
We do need it, but it's not coming anytime soon. Corey to my right, JD to my left. The beautiful boys behind the camera and behind the scenes. Cameron on the audio board. Cam, how are we doing after last night?
We'll get to that in about 30 seconds whenever you want to rotate over to the trivia.
Okay. We have a good episode, but let's get started, as always, with a little bit of trivia. Does he know ball?
Does he know ball? All right. So I feel like I deserve to take my anger out on you guys. So today's trivia fun fact: where did Jake Bates used to work?
You know what? I heard about this. Something with bricks.
Yeah, he was a brick salesman. I'm joking. This is not actually.
Okay.
Because I'm like,
he worked at a Acme Brick in Northwest Houston, and then last night, saving my sanity and my saving grace, Jake Bates official fan club, Michigan Panthers on Twitter. But anyways, we're gonna go to the actual real trivia. Still on the same sort of vibe as last night. What's really crazy is I'm very thankful to have like 5 fingers on my right hand, and I can hold up 5 fingers, and that's the amount of interceptions that happened last night. We still won, but you know what's even crazier is another team has done this before. So the year was 2012. Which team won and which quarterback was on that roster that threw 5 interceptions and still ended up winning the game? It was 2012.
Phillip Rivers.
Nope.
What's the strike system this week?
Let's go 2 for like the team. Let's go try and figure out the teams first, and then
so one
like,
for each, pretty much.
Once you
get the team,
once you reel in the team, you can figure it out pretty quickly.
We're doing both teams though, right?
Sure, yeah, why not?
All right. So it's not the Chargers. So you roll that back.
Also, a little fun fact: this team was 8-1 going into this game as well. So you know, the coincidence keep highlighting.
Who was good in 2012?
A long time ago.
Yeah, I was.
You were 8. Well, you were.
Was I 8?
You were 9.
Depends on the year. I guess if it was around the same time of year, I guess it would have been 9.
2012.
Corey, what? You were.
I was. So that was 12 years ago. So I was 10. I was 10 years old.
10, 9, 8. Look at that.
Soren was 37. Had already spread.
He's like
the
going
mustache.
back in years.
God, I don't even know.
Colts?
No,
Okay,
neither of the teams.
So you named 2 AFC teams already?
Yeah.
And I wanted to say another one, but
I was thinking maybe Peyton. That's why.
This is gonna be a wild guess. What about like Case Keenum?
Nah, that's pre.
I don't hate it, but no.
That's pre.
Man, 2012.
Texans?
No, not. They didn't. They were not on the other side of this chapter.
Who was 8-1?
8-1 in 2012.
See, my mind goes to the Patriots right away.
Yeah, but
But like,
Brady
there's
didn't
no way
throw
Brady
5. No,
throws
Brady
5
never
picks.
threw
he didn't even throw 5 an entire
Yeah.
That'd be a good
8-1
team.
in 2012. I'm trying to think.
They did not get to the Super Bowl that year, too. This team that was 8-1 going into this game, they ended up being 9-1 after.
Was it Arizona? Kurt Warner.
No. Arizona was on the receiving end of this.
Oh, so they
But
lost.
But they lost.
Oh, they
I
weren't the
thought-
5 interception team. Okay.
And wait, who'd you say was the quarterback?
Kurt Warner.
No.
No, because I was thinking Arizona was the team that
No.
was 8-1 going into the game.
This guy.
Oh, the way
Sorry,
that he's
I'm-
reacting. The
I'm
way that he's
looking up-
reacting is
No, I'm
like.
trying to look up this. Ryan Lindley was the quarterback for the Cardinals that night.
Wow, really?
9-20 for 64 yards.
Solid game.
Great quarterback play.
Packers? No, it wasn't
Right,
Ranch.
I think you're probably out of this one.
Yeah, I'm tapped out. So I just keep throwing guesses.
So I
You got
said
the Cardinals.
So you got the Cardinals losing.
Did they play an AFC or NFC team? That can help
AFC.
a lot.
yeah, definitely.
AFC.
AFC.
Who's
8-1 2012 AFC. 2012.
Oh, Payne was out. Because Luck was 2012 draft.
8-1 in the AFC.
Trying to think.
I'm losing my mind after last night. Give me a second.
Cam's actually like, oh no, none
This
of
is
these are
tough.
teams.
Not
It's just
right.
not even close to being right.
It was NFC. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Oh,
NFC.
NFC,
Okay.
okay.
My
Change the
bad, my bad,
mindset
my
now.
bad.
No, see, no.
What about Dallas?
No, it was not
It
Dallas.
was not Dallas.
Was
I was
that-
thinking like Tony Romo. Jim. So I'm out. I already guessed player and
Come on,
team.
John.
I'm trying to think. Like,
Come
who
on,
was good-
John.
Who was good that with? Because I'm thinking of a team, but there's
8-1
no way.
NFC.
There's no way
Great
that
quarterback.
guy.
Great quarterback.
Great
Great
quarterback.
quarterback.
Like, does he still play?
No.
No, right?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I knew it.
Has gone to a Super Bowl.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and that's it.
Wait, I'm trying to think of someone
And,
else.
if it's the irony that you were talking about, if I'm thinking who it is, it's even funnier. I'll wait till we find out who the
Yeah.
answer is, but
I'm trying
Once you figure out the team, you'll know. The
yeah,
guy.
yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's great. I'm trying to think of who.
He threw
I want to
for-
keep that one team. What'd you say?
He threw for 301 yards this game.
And five picks,
interceptions.
and still won. It's crazy.
Still won. Well, granted, you have a quarterback. They're going 9 for 20,
Yeah,
64
it doesn't
yards.
help. That doesn't help.
Vinny, were your assumptions right?
Oh, you
No,
know,
I was wrong.
You know
Okay.
the answer though?
I don't know who the answer is, but I know what I mouthed to you was not right.
That was one of the options.
Yeah.
Great quarterback in the NFC, 2012. So long ago.
Oh, yeah.
I know who it is.
Yeah,
now.
me and Vinny
I
know what it is now. Yeah.
You're overthinking a little bit.
Yeah, I am
He
definitely.
played for a very long time. If I mean, I might be
Yeah.
wrong, but I don't think he ever left this team, right?
No, he did the tail end of his career.
Okay.
He had
Yeah, like
one,
what, like a
he had
season?
one season
One
away from his
season,
team.
yeah.
Why can I not think of it?
It is one of
You're gonna kick yourself. You're gonna
my
kick
buddy
yourself if
Victor.
you don't get it.
My buddy Victor. I used to obsess over this guy for 3 years during we would talk in the outfield during baseball. And I would obsess this guy for fantasy. Not a good fantasy quarterback in the slightest, but I would always obsess over him. Don't know why. It's not gonna help you in the slightest.
Yeah.
But
No.
You're gonna kick yourself if you don't get it.
how many strikes do you have? Do you have one?
I
or two?
have one left.
Yeah.
Can you at least help me with the division? Maybe I can.
No, that's too easy.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna give it
I
away.
can't. Because, I don't know, dude. I think if I say, after already saying, arguably a great quarterback.
Well, I think if
just
you give up
saying the
one
division,
more, he's gonna get
Just
it.
think about the top quarterbacks 2012 in the NFC.
NFC.
It's so long. I don't remember.
Okay, so we said we ruled out Rodgers.
Well, yeah. He's.
I mouthed to you New Orleans for Breeze, and I said that was wrong.
There's one guy that you're missing.
There's
like,
one
like I
guy.
said, you're gonna
He's
gonna
not-
kick yourself if you don't get
He's
it.
not like a GOAT, but during the 2010s era, he
Oh,
was
he
one of
he
the
will
best
go down
quarterbacks.
as a legend of this team.
Of this franchise. Yes, he's their best
Oh,
second
yeah.
best quarterback in franchise history. He's the second best quarterback in the franchise, arguably first, depending on where you.
Listen,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
um,
gotten it either until you show I put the
He
the
may or
pieces
may not
together.
have been recognized at some point this season.
Oh
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a really good hint.
All right, we gotta put the shot
Alright,
clock.
yeah,
on.
we got 10 seconds.
He may or may not have had a teammate who was on the Eagles last year. For literally only for last year.
All right, 5.
Matt Ryan.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There
you go.
Matt Ryan. 3.
I was thinking
5.
him, but I never thought he would throw 5 picks in a game. Like,
He just throws so
I don't
much.
remember
that's
that.
why.
I don't remember that.
Neither did I. Thinking Jared Goff would throw.
How many
5
times? How many pass attempts did he have that game?
It was like 50% something. I don't
Really?
And he
Yeah.
threw for 300 yards and 5 picks, and they
Three
won.
o- Oh, let me.
I mean, who is the quarterback? Matt Lindley.
Matt
Yeah.
Lindley.
Yeah, so he could have thrown 12 interceptions. Probably
had to
would've
be.
won.
I was thinking that division, and then I was like, I don't know if I should.
I
say
really
it.
thought it was gonna be what's his name? I
20,
really thought it was gonna be Breeze.
he's 28 for 46 on this game, 301 yards, 5 interceptions.
No touchdowns or a couple.
Not listed. I mean, the game finished 23-19, so,
Yeah, so
Oh,
probably
so
maybe
it
a
was
couple.
a
field goal fest.
Yeah.
I know why I was thinking Case Keenum in Minnesota, but that was Christian Ponder. That was the starting. That was in Minnesota at the time.
Minnesota. Yeah,
Well,
that was pretty
All
cute.
right, I hope you guys had fun with
Pre-
my
That was a good one. Yeah, with your pain. Yeah, it's alright, buddy. It gets better. You got. Hey, look, best team in the NFC.
And then you got to win. You got to.
Again,
just gotta win.
after you texted in the group chat last night, I said they don't ask how, they ask how many. It was an ugly win, but a win all the same.
Yeah, I don't know. That one definitely hurt. I did not sleep very well last night. But, I guess we're still on the top. I can't wait to see Ladarius come in and help us in the pass rush and maybe not allow that to happen again.
All right, let's shift over. Let's do some team takes. JD, why don't you kick us off for team takes?
Sure. So the Irish with another huge win over Florida State. I mean, I know they stink. They had one win going into Saturday night, but they took care of business, 52-3. I know the AP poll came out yesterday, but those don't really mean anything anymore. It's a CFP coming out tomorrow night, so I'm hoping they go up at least one spot, maybe two, depending on what shakes out. Miami, I know we'll get into it later. Miami should definitely fall out of the top 10, so that should get the Irish up at least one. So we'll see what happens with that. My St. John's basketball guys right now, 2-0. They haven't really played a good team yet in the two games, but they've looked really, really good. They're like 9 or 10 deep this year, which is something they didn't have last year, so I'm happy to see that. But we'll see what they're made of in the coming weeks. They got New Mexico, so Patino coaching against his son, which is going to be pretty cool on Sunday. And then they're going to the Bahamas for like a little tourney going. Baylor and Tennessee, they're going to play down there, or Virginia. It's like one of those, like if you win, whoever you play. And then before they come back home, they play Georgia as well. So that's an SEC team. Should be fun for them. The Knicks right now, I'm not too concerned because they're a little banged up in the front court with Mitch Robout and Precious Achiuwa both injured right now. But Thibodeau still is like refusing to play anybody but Deuce McBride off the bench for more than like 8 minutes. You can't do that the entire season. Like that's why we're 4-5 right now, because the starters are dying out in the fourth quarter. Like you can't be having all these starters playing like 38 plus minutes every game, especially when you're playing a game every other night. Like that's just not sustainable. But this week they have a pretty easy schedule, so I think they can rip off like 5 or 6 wins in a row based off who they were playing. Rangers 9-3-1 haven't played a lot really. Compared to the rest of the league, they've had a lot of time off for whatever reason, but they've looked good. Can't complain. Everyone's contributing. I know they had that one stinker on Thursday night. They lost like 7 or 6-1. That was not good, but they bounced back Saturday night. And then the good old Jets, right? They got the brakes beat off them. It was worse than that. That was like a massacre yesterday, from start to finish. Just disappointing. One stat I want to leave you guys with: the Jets are 4-23 since 2016 when they have 7+ days of rest. How pathetic is that?
Like they got to play every day then.
Yeah, or only Thursdays. They're 2-0 on Thursdays this year and 1-7 in the rest of them.
I'm just proud that you were so calm during all of that.
I'm used
sorry.
to it. I'm used to it.
I think you're numb. You're numb to it now.
That's pathetic. I was gonna like start yelling. I was like, this is.
It's not worth
At least
it.
you have Devontae, I guess.
He forgot how to catch too. Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, knowing the Jets though, I mean this year they play good at home as well, so they'll probably win the next 2 games. Go to Miami 5-7, get destroyed. Then go to Jacksonville, lose that. So yeah, that's probably what will happen. So,
Jacksonville now, it's Maxville now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good yesterday.
It's just upsetting. But yeah.
Corey, go ahead.
So North Carolina football was on bye this week. They play against Wake Forest. Hopefully they win. Nothing else really to say about them. Just hoping to be bowl eligible. UNC basketball though, 1-1. They had pretty much a freebie against Elon and almost came back against the Jayhawks, just couldn't get it done. RJ Davis has looked fairly good the first 2 games, kind of stunk against Kansas. Seth Trimble has been the second option. He really looked good against Kansas. Elliot Cadeau. And Jalen Withers, too. He's done a great job stepping up, filling in for Armando Baycott, who obviously isn't with the team anymore. Had 10-10 against Elon, 10-9 against Kansas. Good shooter also. Not too many concerns. I'm just hoping that their slow first halves don't become a problem. I know it's super early, but just something to keep in mind. The Suns, 8-2. They won 7 in a row. Unfortunately, lost to the Kings in OT. DeMar DeRozan got hot last night. Just couldn't get the win. I'm impressed with how we're playing in the fourth quarter, though. We're looking way better in clutch time, obviously thanks to KD. And sharing the wealth, too. I mean, 7 players are averaging 8+ this year. Now, obviously, Kevin Durant's out for a couple weeks, which I'm not too concerned with the offense. I mean, Bradley Beal played good last night. They've been kind of kind of been performing under KD's shadow a little bit. Like, they've been playing well, but Kevin Durant's just been playing just too good. But not too worried about them. I think they'll bounce back against the Jazz tomorrow night. The Penguins, I mean, not much to say either. They're 1-1-1 this week, 6th in the Metropolitan, 6-8-2. I mean, typical Penguins hockey this week. You have a lead with 10 minutes left against the lowest scoring team in the league, and you lose in a shootout. I mean, the defense is just – I just sound like John at this point, like with the Jets. Like, I'm not even just getting mad anymore because it's just – it really is.
Just press repeat, right?
Like, I don't know if, Chris Letang needs to be in a retirement home or something, or like what's happening with – I don't know what's going on. The only thing I will say is they ended the road trip – on a high note against the Capitals. They've been red hot, and Malkin got a late goal to put them up 4-2, and they got the win. And obviously, they keep giving up leads. They just the defense again. Defense has a lot to prove. And Tristan Jarry's coming back from the AHL. I don't think Mike Sullivan should put him in net. I think he should be like a third option. So I mean, it's going to be curious to see what they do with goaltending. Lastly, the Steelers. In the words of Cameron Gorman, and everyone in Pittsburgh probably said it, what is a commander? I mean, what is a commander? 28-27 win. Oh, yeah.
I'll let that one be.
Big win for the boys. First big test of the year. Russ, I think, had the bye week bug, if you would call it. I mean, it wasn't his best game. His stat line doesn't make it look like he had a kind of a choppy game, but just a couple deep balls overthrown or short. I mean, I don't know. He just didn't play too consistent, but that connection with Russ and Pickens just continues to feed families. I mean, Pickens has been incredible, that one catch he had. And shout out to the New York Jets. Mike Williams, man, a dog on that final pass. I mean, that pass from Russ, I was saying before we started recording, I mean, I almost levitated out of the air.
I ran the right route this time too.
Oh, I know, it was just
didn't
everything
fall down
was beautiful.
either. Perfect.
It really was a work of art. I mean, the only concern, I mean, they just couldn't stop McLaurin and the RPOs. I mean, at one point, like there was one route McLaurin ran, he picked up like 30 or 40 yards. Like that's a little bit of a concern, but TJ Watt didn't do much. Hopefully we play a little bit better against Baltimore because that's going to be an even tougher test. So, yeah.
Before we go on, John, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Why don't you do your capstone on how Jets players statistically always end up playing better the moment they're out of MetLife?
If I already didn't start it, I would. I would really enjoy that, going through every player. Listen, when you come to the Jets, it's over. That
should be your pick 5, top 5 greatest after Jets players.
I can do that.
Post Jets career.
I can do that.
Post Jets hangover.
Yeah.
All right, where should I start? Should I start in Philadelphia or should I go out to Oklahoma first? I'll let you pick.
Let's start out Oklahoma and work our way back to the Northeast. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll start out in Oklahoma. We'll start on the gridiron with this great, phenomenal Sooners team.
Yeah, let's just get them out of the way. That was another thing, too. I'm like, just get the Sooners out of the way.
They stink. They're so bad.
They stink.
They're so bad. They lost to Mizzou 30-23. Don't look at the 30 because the defense actually did play really well. They had a fumble 6 of their own. They lost on a fumble 6. Lovely. And the offense, 135 pass yards. Half of them were not by the quarterback. 43 from the punter, Luke Elziga. Got to give him a shout out. And Taylor Tatum throwing an 18-yard touchdown pass. Who's a running back? Jackson Arnold, you're good at your sport. Yeah, we got 2 games left. Bama and LSU. We need one more to make a bowl game. I don't think we're making a bowl game this year. I would love to see us sink Bama, though. I know everyone in this room would, too, because we don't like Bama.
No.
But it's not happening. All right. It's okay. They stink. But Oklahoma, basketball, 1-0 to start the year. I don't know how you only play one game in a week to start the season. That's a little weird. But big victory over Lindenwood. Jalen Moore absolutely balled out. Second year with Oklahoma, the senior guard. 22 points, 7 boards. Sam Godwin having a day. 11 points, 15 rebounds, a steal and a block. His third season in Oklahoma, a fifth-year forward. It is Lindenwood, so don't get too excited. But also, Jeremiah Fears, 15 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, 2 steals. 26 minutes off the the bench. He's a freshman guard. He's definitely going to be a guy who sticks in Oklahoma for a few years and could potentially make this Oklahoma team make the tournament. It's been a while since we've gotten into the dance. So hopefully this is the year. 41% from 3 as a team now. That is a big, big, big stat that I'm happy to say. We played Northwestern State tonight.
Yeah.
If we don't win
Northwestern
30,
State.
yeah, that's a competitive
Even
game.
though that was real.
I'm sorry. That sounds like from those commercials where it's like they're playing State University.
Yeah, State
That's-
University
that's-
College of Tennessee Tech Community College Trade School of A&M. Sticking on the hardwood, but going to the professional level, the Oklahoma City Thunder 2-2 on the week, 8-2 overall. They suffered the first 2 losses of the season. Lost at Denver, which was expected, and lost at home against Golden State, who has been really surprising to start the year. J-Dub had a really good game against Denver, 29, 10, and 9. SGA in the 4 games this week, 21 points, 28 points, 29, and 24. His scoring's a little bit down from last year. He was averaging, I think, 32, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the second leading scorer in the league. So his scoring is a little bit down, but he's still doing what he does best. Chad had a great game against Houston, 29 points. But last night suffered a right iliac hip fracture and is projected to miss 8 to 10 weeks. Currently, the Thunder do not have a center on their roster. I think our tallest player is the other Jalen Williams at 6'9". We're in trouble. Hartenstein is projected to come back in the next couple weeks. But until then, I wouldn't be surprised if we bring back Mike Muscala for like the 15th time. Love the Moose. Love the Mario tattoo he has, by the way. He has a Mario tattoo on his back. So sick.
For the vibes.
For the vibes, yeah. One of my favorite players to use in 2K. Pick and pop legend. But yes, the Thunder are going to be a little bit in trouble when it comes to having a big man. We'll go over to Philadelphia now with the Flyers. Picked up 3 points this week. Lost to Carolina. They beat Tampa Bay in a shootout, and they also the Panthers in a shootout. Now, Carolina was 9-2 at the time. Panthers are 11-3-1. So those are two.
Good teams,
Not
yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
not that losses matter if they're quality or not, but they're 2 quality losses. Ivan Fedotov had his best game in the NHL against Tampa Bay, had 22 saves, only issued the 1 goal. Konechny looked great against Carolina, had 2 goals, 2 assists. I am confused. I talked with Wiggsy about this. Matvei Michkov they benched him. I don't understand why. He won Rookie of the Month in October. I think he's top 3 in goals and assists for the Flyers. And Tortorella said, and I quote, "With young guys, they can watch games too as far as development. I'm trying to help him. You were trying to be out of a job." Like, why? It'd be different if he was struggling. And I think in the last 3 games or 4 games, he only had 1 assist, no goals. So, all right, he was slowing down a little bit. But you're not giving him enough. You're giving him, like, less than 15 minutes a game.
No.
He's playing good when he's on the ice. I don't understand. Fine, the winger's defense is not great. All right, he's a rookie. It'll come around. I don't understand.
Tortorella's always been like that.
He's gone.
Well, he
this
always
year.
has his
He's
system.
disciplinary.
Yeah,
He-
he always has his
Yeah,
system.
he's gone after this year, which is fine. Like, I can live with it. Again, the Flyers don't have high expectations, but it's just like, why are you going to bench your young stud? Like, I don't understand the thought process. But in positive news in the city of Philadelphia, the Birds take care of business. I mean, Dallas didn't have Dak, but it is always better when you beat Dallas. 34-6. Should have won by more without Dak, but, take what we get.
You didn't beat the Cowboys. The Sun did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the problem. Jalen Hurts, great game, even though I faced him in fantasy. I hate it. 4 total touchdowns. Shout out Johnny Wilson, first career touchdown. Big receiver, 5th rounder. Dog. And Dallas Goedert getting his first of the season. And the defense forced 5 turnovers yesterday. Again, there was no Dak Prescott. Dak probably would have been 4, but great job by the defense. On a short week, play the Commanders this week. When I was looking at the beginning of the season, this was not a game where I'm circling the counter. Like, yeah, this is a game where the Commanders realistically, they might come into the game, I don't know, as favorites, but it's going to be within a couple points. I think it definitely would have been if Daniels hasn't been playing this well. Eagles probably would have been favored by like 5 or so. But Eagles look good. Go Birds. No more screaming. It's nice when we don't have to scream at our football teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I do suffer, John. It's all right. It happens. All right, let's switch over. Let's go around the NFL, and we'll get into college in a little bit. I want to talk about the Kansas City game.
You know, man.
It's so bad.
Only them.
You know,
Only them.
I was saying before we started shooting, I'm like, I had the live stats on ESPN. I walk away for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, oh, they burned the clock. They're going for a field goal, and I see it's over. I'm like, oh, did he miss? And then I look, and it was blocked. I'm like,
how does that happen?
6 guys blocked it too.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like Denver's like, oh, we'll lay down for you, just go up. It's like it was done on purpose. Like, I'm convinced at this point,
like,
the way the Chiefs win
yeah,
games.
and then Patrick Mahomes, oh, tell me when the defender's like on me.
Oh, you heard that
like,
too? With
come
the
on,
hot mic?
Come on.
Let me know when he's close.
All right, yeah, and then Andy Reid's gonna come over. Hey, let me know when my cheeseburger order's in. like, oh my jeepers.
Listen,
right.
I don't like the Chiefs. I like Andy Reid, so like I don't hate them as much as like obviously like other good teams in the past. But like the way like Mahomes acts, like when he wins, like they're not winning because of him. Like
while
he
running out in the field like they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like
against a Denver team that's not good. I mean, they have a good defense, but like that shouldn't even been close.
Yeah, no, like they're still yet. They have one game where they won by double digits.
I think 2. I think it was Chargers, right? Maybe the Chargers.
Chargers, they won by 1 possession.
Oh, I thought they had
the
2.
only game that they have won double digits was at the Niners. Every other game has been a 1 possession.
Oh, the Niners. Oh, yeah.
Every other game has been a 1 possession. Oh, no. New Orleans.
I was going to say. I thought it was New Orleans.
All right, okay. New Orleans.
Yeah,
Great.
they stink.
Great. Was that when that was Derek Carr got hurt
Yeah.
and the Lord and Savior Spencer Rattler came in?
No, they put the other guy.
Oh, Jesus. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever
Like
his
they're
name
not
was.
good.
Yeah.
And like this week will be a test for them. They're at Buffalo, but they always win.
Yeah, but after that,
our boys will be on the call, Jim and Tony.
I don't know, Jim.
But like after that, at the Panthers. Versus against the Raiders.
Mahomes should rest up that game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Give them the day off.
Then the Chargers again.
Let Carson. Chargers will be tricky-ish.
It'll be close.
But
they'll
Christmas
win.
Day, though. Christmas Day, I think they're calling it
Pittsburgh.
like the Black Magic game, the Steelers
I don't know.
and Chiefs.
In Cleveland's kind of if it's like a rainy, messy game.
Yeah, but
I hope it's like a
they got-
3-foot blizzard
They
in
have like
Cleveland.
3 games realistically where it's tricky, and then every other game they should win. But at Buffalo is tricky. Against the Texans is tough, and at Pittsburgh on Christmas Day. But
They're
like
gonna-
besides that, like the Raiders, Panthers, you can chalk those up as wins. The Chargers, they're gonna win, and they're gonna. The only reason they'll lose to the Broncos is because we clinch for the first seed. The rest of it, and Carson Wentz will throw 9 touchdowns.
I want to see the Ravens play them again. I think they can beat them this time. Later in
I
the year in
think
the
they will.
playoffs,
I
I
think
think
they
they can
will.
get them this time.
I think they're getting their momentum. The Baltimore Soren Alleys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know we'll get into that, Soren, but I really think that the Ravens can get them this year.
Or the Chiefs do a Patriots. They go 16-0 and lose in the Super Bowl to the Detroit Lions, maybe. That would be.
Jared Goff is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. Let it be known.
Listen, how would you feel, Cameron, if you beat the 17-0 Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't be shocked. As I mean,
That would
I
be
don't know,
incredible.
Did anyone mention it yet today? I feel like we were talking about it a lot before. I mean, it's been every week now. Like, oh, they're the most overrated 6-0 team of all time. They're the most overrated 7-0 team of all
Yeah,
time.
and then I
feel like
texted yesterday.
Yeah, it just keeps going back and forth. Like, it's just not fun football to watch.
No.
Don't worry, they keep showing Taylor though.
Yay.
I guess,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, the only person I'm kind of like somewhat happy to see on that team, somewhat ball out, is like Travis Kelce, I guess. But also like it's cool. I guess it's cool to see Kareem Hunt get 50 yards. I don't know, man. He's not really a person I want to really root
Good for D-Hop, though. We can root for D-Hop.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I guess he deserves something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been on some.
he's been on some.
Yeah,
Some
he
teams.
was just dying in Tennessee. So
Yeah, but no, we hate Kansas City, man. But let's go overseas. We had the couple.
knew
We had
you
a,
were gonna
we
go
had a
there.
couple pip cheer games. We had the Guten Tag game of the week with our favorite Carolina Panther. You know, trying out the barbecue saw with the twag.
yeah, the barbecue's out.
He's allergic. Danny Dimes is done. There was a report.
He's so bad.
There was a report that came out that they're gonna weigh all their options for quarterback. It might be Drew Lock season. It might be DeVito season
I
part
hope
2.
so.
I
hope
don't.
so.
It's gonna be Lock first.
Lock
but
first until he gets hurt.
if Lock gets hurt, I honestly think they would go to DeVito next. I think they're gonna evaluate Jones, and there's no issue. Like Dable has no tie to Jones.
Nope.
Absolutely not. They're gonna go with a quarterback in the draft this year.
Yeah.
As Cameron throws it up. Come on. Let's get Tommy DeVito for one game.
we need him back.
Please.
We need him back.
Please, can we get a DeVito game?
Could you check me on this? But doesn't Tommy DeVito have more passing touchdowns than like Danny Dimes does?
Probably.
In his
Oh,
entire
definitely.
career?
There's no question. You don't even have to look at the stats, Cameron. I mean,
Can we get Tommy DeVito on Thanksgiving? Please.
Against the Cow, but that's the only reason why I would watch it.
That would no that
Cooper Rush
game
and
at the
Danny-
moment is the most like the slate for that day is terrible. It's Lions Bears. Lions are gonna win by 30.
The night game
It's-
will be good.
But it's Miami going into a cold Green Bay. They don't play well in the cold. They're gonna play awful.
I was also talking to my dad about that. Like, no one's gonna want it. Like, that's the best game of the day, but it's at 8:20 after everyone's in a food coma. Like, no one's really gonna be up to want to watch that game.
Yeah. The good thing is that Cowboys game's in the middle, so no
Well,
one
it's
watches
always in the middle. Every year.
No, I seen a tweet with the it's the schedule of the games. Like, go spend time with your family.
I did see that.
Like, yeah, like honestly, I'm the most excited for the Lions game.
It's usually you wake up, you're like, oh my god, it's Thanksgiving. Thank God I get to watch the Lions play. And then it's like 3:30. It's like, okay, they lost again this year. Even like with such a hot start, I think it's just tradition at this point that we kind of have to lose on Thanksgiving.
Nah, it's Caleb. You guys got it. It's Caleb.
It's Thanksgiving.
It
is Thanksgiving's
Don't
Lions
worry,
football.
don't worry. They're gonna be fired up by Shabuzi at halftime.
I don't know. They honestly should have brought out GMAC Cash. I really don't know why Shabuzi's doing it. I saw like Barstool Detroit was talking about it. They're like, so is he just gonna play that one bar song like 5 times?
Probably. No, they said he's like a Grammy-nominated country singer. I'm like, he has one song that is considered country. What do you mean? It's like the only song that he's known for. It's just bring back Eminem. Bring back Jack Harlow with the what was it
the iceberg,
the
or
iceberg.
whatever.
The iceberg.
My mom found that entertaining. She's like, I kind of liked it. I was like,
I mean, Jack Harlow is fine, but it's just like it was such a bad.
That was so
halftime show.
bad.
Don't worry, Dallas always has a good halftime show. They usually get like a good country
Which is the
singer.
only good thing.
Dolly Parton last year was actually really entertaining. I really enjoyed.
Well,
Dolly.
they've had Dolly. I know they had Luke Combs at one point, Post at one point as well. They might get Post Malone to do it again with all of his country music now. But look at while we keep going, look to see if they release who it is. How about the Saints? New coach, Rizzy. He's feeling Rizzy. Yeah, young White Koo, our boy.
Rough day.
No
Coup yesterday. That was rough.
Yeah, Marquez Valdez-Scantling being a dog.
Dog.
What, 3 catches?
3 catches, 109
touchdowns?
yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's
Have a day.
insane.
He will not catch another pass for that team the rest of the year, which is the fun
Probably
part.
not.
Niners eking out a victory over the Bucs. Really bad kicking yesterday. Now I'm thinking about it. Kicking was very, very poor.
Debo got a little aggressive.
Yeah, you saw that? Swinging at the
Little
long
aggressive.
snapper and Jake Moody.
Why are you swinging on
All right, Debo, how about you go and
He
kick
should
field goals?
yeah,
then?
exactly. Yeah, he thinks he's a running back,
We
too.
we
right?
saw how hard that was. What's up?
Laney Wilson. I don't.
Oh, I love Laney Wilson. All right, I'm actually kind of
fired.
fired.
I don't know.
I'm kind of fired up for Laney Wilson.
So
Was that the
That's my look.
Dallas halftime.
Yeah.
Look, that's my celebrity crush right there. Laney, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if you're watching, how you doing? Anyway, let's Drake May picking up another victory for this Pats team, kind of proving that this Bears team stinks. I actually had high hopes for Chicago. I really thought they came out of the gates hot. They've kind of slowed it. What are you giggling about?
The Bengals are hosting Leonard Fournette for a workout.
What? Well, who is it? It's, right after Chase Brown has a good week, Corey can't have.
I swear to
Corey
God.
can't have
I swear to God. Don't go for Leonard Fournette. I swear to God. Don't
Bro,
do it.
He's gonna take snaps away from.
Don't
Chase
do
Brown.
it.
Lenny. He's going to lead them to the playoffs.
I swear to God. I'm telling you, man. Wait. I'll just wait till fantasy.
He just joins
Fantasy.
teams like halfway through the season.
He's done
He's
that
like,
a
I don't
couple
need to
times.
do the off-season conditioning. I'm good.
Like, what the hell, man?
Before we move on, I do want to talk about that Thursday night game. What a beauty! Like actually, like
Great game.
the
Yeah.
Bengals and Ravens have put on 2 instant classics this year. Burrows looked phenomenal. Jamar Chase, like a great game. Like both sides of the ball, like you can pick. The Soren Alleys, Baltimore Soren Alley, like so good. But no, like this Bengals team is ruining Joe Burrow's chance to win the MVP. I think if they were 6-4, the record's flipped. I think that Joe Burrow is the front runner for MVP. But they basically have to win out at this point, or go. Would that be 8-1 the rest of the way?
Yeah. As long as the Steelers keep going, that's fine.
The Bengals have to.
Depends on-
The Bengals have to realistically lose only 2 more games for them to be in contention. They've missed the playoffs. He's definitely not winning MVP. And even if he makes it as the 3rd wild card, it's tough unless he keeps lighting it up. But shout out to Joe Burrow. He's been playing great football.
They could be so much better. Like I just saw 5 of their 6 losses were like one-score
They have to
losses.
be like one of the best.
It's the
4-6
Chiefs,
teams
but the
ever.
opposite. Literally.
It's the bounce.
They've
right?
lost to the Commanders, who were great.
Yep.
The Chiefs by 1 point. The Patriots
should've won.
game's kind of fluky.
Yeah.
The Eagles they got bodied against. But like you look at the 2 Ravens games, they've lost by a combined 4 points to arguably the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, their defense hasn't been very good this year. That's
Yeah.
something that's killing them.
I think with how well Burrow's been playing, I think Zach Toe's back for another year.
Yeah,
I don't think his seat's
They
getting
love him
that
there.
hot. He's playing fine.
I still think they're gonna make the playoffs too.
You think?
I think so.
I mean, the AFC is really open. At
I
this
think
point.
Denver's gonna start dropping even more. They're not. They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just one game out at this point.
Yeah.
Crazy that the Ravens are a wild card team. Give us Steelers. Bang bang Steelers.
The
gang.
steel curtain
Steelers Nation. Let's
with
welcome
Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited. All right, let's get out of the NFL. No more Russ. Don't let him cook. Like John said, the CFP rankings coming out tomorrow. A lot of upsets this week, though. So we're gonna see a shakeup. We'll start down in Mississippi, where Ole Miss upset the trash Georgia Bulldogs. I hate Carson Beck. Carson Beck stinks. Carson Beck has never been a good quarterback. I don't think there's a quarterback I hate more than Carson Beck.
And there's a lot of hate you're throwing around today. I
He's
gotta
not
say.
good, dude. He's never been a good quarterback. And coming into the season, everyone was saying, "Yeah, he's going to be the top quarterback coming out of the draft." No, what is good about him? He's mobile-ish, not really. He's okay at throwing football, not really. If Georgia knew how to recruit quarterbacks, I said this before the show. If they knew how to recruit quarterbacks, they would never lose because their team is always constructed to win. But Carson Beck and Stetson Bennett. That's the thing. I can't even make fun of Stetson Bennett because he won a national champion. I guess Carson Beck also did win a national championship. But it's just like he's not fun. He's not fun to watch, and he's not good. It's like what is
It's like the two worst.
that's what I'm saying. At least if you're gonna be
combination.
bad, at least be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Or at least if you're not gonna be fun to watch, be good. Like, you're neither. You're not entertaining to watch. Like you're a loser. That was me. I'm sorry, Carson, if you're listening.
Wow.
Another upset.
Uppercuts.
Another upset. Georgia Tech knocking off one of our Moi Goi Hall of Famers.
Wow. Do we remove his Hall
No,
of Fame
he's-
status?
He
or-
played so good.
No, he played. It's
yeah,
not him,
no, I
dude.
know.
He threw for almost 350 yards, 3 tuds. Like you can't get mad at Cameron Ward, but
I knew it was gonna happen within one of these weeks. Their defense stinks. Georgia Tech is good though. Like they have what? They have like 6-4. I think their record
Yeah,
is.
6-4.
But they're like one of those teams that can, like they did on Saturday. Any week they can go in there and play with a good team. They have talent. They're just
Yeah.
they lose games. But Cam Ward though, he's a stud.
It's
Cameron Ward,
unfortunate how
top
the
QB in
game
the
ended,
draft.
but
Yeah.
He's got to be the top QB in the draft,
I
right?
hope so.
Someone's gonna draft Carson Beck. The Giants draft Carson Beck.
there'd be an uprise.
I would go and I would be going ballistic. Bama LSU was supposed to be a great game. It was not.
Ugh.
It's because Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens were on game day.
I'm sorry. They were the most boring guests on College Game Day. I'm sorry.
Lame.
Like big fan of both of them,
Paul
but
Skeens isn't a big personality, and Livy Dunn is a TikTok star. I don't know what they expected. Like let's be like, am I wrong about
No,
that
no,
statement?
no, you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bama took care of business. Jalen Milroe proving that he does not know how to throw a football, which is even funnier. Had 4 touchdowns all on the ground. So
185 rushing yards. man.
look,
My God.
what would be best for him is to 6'2", 225. He's at a good build. Just become a running back
Yeah.
because you can't throw a football, brother.
Please.
Like he threw for 66%. That's great. You threw for 109 yards. You stink.
They're gonna make the playoff. I hope they get killed in the first game.
Nah.
I can't
Nah,
stand them.
You know who's
Oh,
not?
I know.
They're not making the playoffs. You wanna know why? Boomer Sooner. Let's go OU.
I'm
They're
gonna
not.
root hard for them that week because that's the only game they have a chance.
Is that
of
next
losing.
week or the following?
I think next week. I think they play Mercer this week, so they'll kick their feet
Oh,
up in the
yeah,
second
Oh yeah,
half.
Mercer.
Just gotta get the extra win. Yeah.
Let's go OU. Penn State looked really good this week, but it's also Penn State.
Yeah.
There's Rattler. Yay. I'm so unentertained by Penn State. Like I wanna.
No, I think they're going to be a first round exit. I'm feeling.
They're boring.
They might
Yeah.
miss the playoffs. They're gonna lose a fluky game. They're gonna
You think
lose.
so?
You know where they're losing? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
No,
Minnesota.
no shot.
You-
Come on, Rutgers beat them.
Rutgers.
They beat Minnesota. Come on. They're not gonna
Rutgers
lose.
beat Minnesota.
Yeah, they did. Come on.
All right. We gotta get through this.
How funny would it be if Penn State lost to Purdue this week? That would be
Oh.
fun.
That's disgusting. Iowa State suffering a really, 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 and one more really ugly loss to the Kansas
Yeah,
Jayhawks.
they're falling
Pitt losing back-to-back week. I hopped on the Pitt train, and they haven't won since. I've ruined Pitt season. Sorry. Don't care.
Let's go Prime though.
Yeah, the Buffs.
They're killing it.
Dude, they're
Killing it.
I really want them to make CFP. At this rate, I think they're on track to. No, let me check the standings for.
They're in second place right now in the Big 12. So if they win out, they play probably
I
BYU.
really want to see them play BYU.
I think they could beat BYU.
They can, even if they lose.
BYU
oh
barely
no, if they
won.
lose, they have 3 losses.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They have to win out.
No, but you don't think that if. Nah, 'cause 3 losses is crazy though.
Tough.
I was gonna say just because they're in a Power 4 championship game, they wouldn't already kind of get a bit. The thing is, like,
If the league was better, I would say yes, but the league is Big 12.
well, I'd say also look at their losses. Their one conference loss is to K-State, who at
Yeah.
the time was ranked 18th and was by 3 points, and the other one was Dylan Raiola when he was good.
Yeah, that's still not a good loss.
Yeah.
That's not a good loss to have. But the K-State one, I mean, that game they should have won. I hope they make the CFP.
I
That'd
really
be pretty
wanna
cool.
see it.
Yeah, not Bama. Please.
Please, anybody but them.
Please.
Well, that's the thing is, again, at this point, the AP poll doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah.
yeah.
But if you look at the SEC, I think they have 8 ranked teams. What is it?
Texas.
We have 1,
Tennessee.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 ranked teams. Now again, South Carolina is out of the playoffs. LSU and Mizzou are probably going to miss. LSU has 3 losses too, so they're also going to be out.
Yeah.
God, can we please sink Bama? That would make me. That would actually make me so
yeah,
happy.
number
They're gonna make it
9
as, like
right
the
now.
11 seed.
Dude,
or
what are the chances that the SEC championship game is not Texas, not Georgia, not Bama, not not any of the teams we expected? What happens if it ends up being A&M and Tennessee, which is a possibility at this point?
That is. Yeah, it
Because
is.
do they A&M plays
Texas,
they play New Mexico State and Auburn, and they play Texas. So that's going to be the trickiest game. Does Tennessee play anyone the rest of the way? Let me look.
Georgia.
Georgia this week.
And
They'll
then
lose.
UTEP and
Nah.
Vanderbilt.
Nah.
Which at Vanderbilt,
That could be another
Nah,
one. For them.
Nico Iamava, better quarterback than Carson Beck.
It doesn't matter though.
No,
They're still gonna lose this
I
week.
know.
Georgia's not losing 2 in a row.
I hope they do.
They're gonna make sure
Look,
Georgia
At
makes it
home,
as well.
too.
Yeah.
Look. Can I just pray on them to lose?
I mean, you could, yeah, but it doesn't mean
you can
it's
pray
gonna
all you
happen.
want, but you have no control. So
Yeah.
unless you want to go out and take out Carson Beck or something, I mean,
You don't work for the NFL like they do for the Chiefs. I mean, if you did, I would say yeah, but you're not that special, I guess.
All right. That's great. All right. Before we move on, I wanted to do this for the NFL. I want to take a look at. There's still a lot of football left, but the current 2025 NFL draft order. Jacksonville is the top team right now. They just paid Trevor Lawrence. There's no shot to go Q, right?
No.
I think
They
they
won't.
at least ride it out for a couple more years. Probably trade back then, because you got to
Yeah,
think top
yeah.
top pick's gonna be a QB.
Yeah.
And this is if it ends like this. I foresee Jacksonville winning a few more games, maybe being like the 7th pick. I think that's a little more accurate for a little bit. Giants at 2. Gee, I wonder what they're using their pick for. Well, actually, I will say, we were joking about this yesterday, John. Not really joking. We're being legitimate about where Dak. Not that Dak is going to get traded, but if he was to get traded, there were 2 teams that we named. We said the Giants because they're over Daniel Jones. I think they'd replace one contract with another. I think the Giants are closer to being a competitive team than we think. I think Dallas is further away. Dallas is declining while the Giants are realistically. Everyone always says a quarterback away. They kind of are.
I mean,
You
yeah, they
get a
wouldn't be
quality
that good.
quarterback. Like they wouldn't be great,
But they would be better.
you
They
think
would be good.
it'd be the same situation that he's in Dallas, except slightly better.
Yeah.
The other team that we mentioned was also a New York team.
Yeah.
We-
the Jets
I,
are-
I say
Jets.
to John yesterday, I said, now who is a team, and I wasn't even thinking at the time, I said, who is a team that has like a quarterback who's like aging, getting ready to retire? John turns around, we lock eyes, I'm like, the Jets. Come on, bring them in. Jets are currently 8th in draft order.
There's nothing that's gonna ever help them though. They've done everything possible to like try to be good.
Okay,
have.
they've drafted poorly. They've
But
drafted,
they drafted a quarterback in the top 5
okay,
twice.
They've drafted a quarterback twice, so they proved that they can't draft.
and
Yeah.
They brought in Aaron
So
Rodgers,
you
who was
sell the
older.
team.
Okay, so you brought in an older quarterback in Rodgers. All right, so you bring in a guy who
who's
has
hurt now.
who, That's a Jets move, though.
Yeah,
Tell
but
me that
that's-
is the most Jets move possible.
It is, but they're not going to do that. The Rodgers will come back next year. I just want to see Jordan Travis. I think he could be pretty good. I know people don't even remember him, but
Florida, dude, he was good at Florida State.
yeah, he was.
That's the reason they were ranked this year. They're playing well. It's good football.
One win, yeah.
Cleveland 4th is interesting because they do have Watson for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, they're in a weird spot.
They're in a
so
weird spot, but they're gonna. It's a very good quarterback class. Could this be?
They might go with.
They
one.
might go and just have him sit for 2 years
Yeah,
because they're forcing Watson to play at least next year if he's healthy.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. They're
I feel
gonna
terrible.
stick with
I
Watson.
was gonna say I feel terrible. Whoever's gonna coach that team next, because then he's gonna have to stick with Watson. It's a mess.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's
The Browns are always the Browns, though.
Tennessee is gonna go quarterback for sure.
Yeah.
Miami's in a weird spot if they keep up with the way they've been playing. I think they're gonna improve slightly, but if they're within the top 10, they're in a weird spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know where Dallas is going if they land, not if, when they land at top 10 spot. Our other Moi Goi Hall of Famer, Ashton
Ginty.
Dog. He had a great week this week as well.
Close game, but
Jerry Jones, you never know with him though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
never
He's
know.
He's gonna-
another one.
He's gonna draft O-line.
Yeah,
He-
he's gonna draft another kicker or something.
He's
like,
gonna call Prime up and be like, "I'll offer you a lifetime contract to coach the Cowboys."
Yeah,
Honestly,
but it doesn't
with
matter
Matt
who's
Shador.
coaching.
It
Mike
wouldn't-
McCarthy sucks right
Yeah.
now.
It
like-
wouldn't be the craziest thing.
I could see it. Prime in Dallas.
That's
and
what I'm
he
saying.
played
They trade Dak to the Giants. They
there anywhere,
ditch
and then
Yeah.
Shador is.
Shadir.
I think Jerry just needs to just be done. I think it's time to
Yeah.
pack it in.
I think this offseason though he's gonna do something very, very like out of the box, like that no one's thinking of.
I mean, when it's 20 plus years of failure, I
Yeah.
mean,
Especially the way this year is going. Because really, how many games are going to win the rest of the season? 1 or 2?
They're gonna finish with like a top 7 pick.
Yeah.
yeah, they suck.
All right. Well, let's move on to pick 5. Corey, you had pick 5 this week.
So, first I want to give a moment of silence to Kirk Herbstreit's dog, Ben, who really was becoming a mascot, like the face of college football. So, how about a little 5-second moment of silence? Thank you.
Rip goat.
Rip the goat.
I will say, when I was watching game day this weekend, and they showed the package, and they showed Kirk trying to talk about it. Dude, that
Yeah,
broke me.
that was tough.
It's
I know.
tough, man. He phrased it perfectly. Man's best friend became America's best friend.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
So with Ben, it kind of inspired me to do my top 5 list. Top 5 college football mascots. I did link the pictures of each mascot in there. If you like, I know a lot of these you're going to be familiar with, but like if you want to just look for reference. But number 5 from Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers, Big Red. Big Red, he was created in 1979 by Ralph Carey. Ralph wanted to create a new mascot after their old mascot, Mr. Hilltopper, was very unsuccessful. Named him Big Red, and he told one of the daily newspapers that Big Red couldn't be an animal. He wanted to avoid any Kentucky hillbilly stereotypes, and the end result is this big red blob. I did some research, and apparently his 2 signature moves is the belly slide and the belly shake. I don't know how that's going to help the football team, but
That's nice, though.
I think he's underrated, in my opinion. I have him at number 5. I think he's underrated.
As Soren said, the red grimace.
Yeah.
Really is just red grimace. He's disgusting. Get him out of here.
The belly shake is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. When I saw that, I'm like, that's wild. Number 4, Brutus, Ohio State Buckeyes. Obviously, everybody knows who Brutus is. Around 1965, Ohio State didn't have a mascot, and that year, Ohio Staters Incorporated was a student service organization, took the initiative to create one. 2 students made a paper mache mascot, and it debuted on a homecoming game in 1965. But obviously, because it's paper, weather's going to ruin it. So they named him Brutus, and they made a fiberglass version. And then obviously the one that we know today was kind of evolved over the years. But Brutus has since evolved and continues to represent Ohio State at events. I have him at number 4 just because, again, I think 4-1's just, when you think of these teams, you just think of their mascot pretty much. So I have Brutus number 4. Number 3, the Oregon Ducks, the Duck. From the 1920s to the 1940s, they had a live duck named Puddles. apparently they received many complaints from the Humane Society, so it shut down the live mascot era. And fortunately for them, they had an agreement with Walt Disney in like 1947, so they were able to create a mascot that kind of looks similar to Donald Duck. And now they have the mascot they have today. Apparently he shoots donuts into the game day crowd and rides a motorcycle and likes to heckle some opposing fans. So the Duck for me, number 3. Now, number 2 and number 1, this was tough. This was a tough pick for me. Number 2 is Bevo for the Texas Longhorns. The Live Longhorn Bowl made his first appearance at a homecoming celebration on Thanksgiving in 1916. So Bevo's pretty old. And they're on the 15th version of Bevo. He's still one of the most beloved mascots in the game. Though on occasion, he has broken free of his on-field pen during the games. But most of the time, usually stays calm in the end zone, may even take part in some of the players' touchdown celebrations also.
Imagine you're just like scrambling out of the pocket and you see Bevo beelining for you.
I mean, you've probably seen a picture of him. I mean, he is massive. Like, just imagine the Steelers having him on our D-line.
Well, everything is bigger in Texas.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah. Horns down, though.
And number 1, probably the most iconic, Uga, Georgia Bulldogs. He's been a staple mascot, obviously, since 1956, though they're on the 11th version of him. Each gets its own unique name. They're given a custom-made jersey and varsity lettering. Also, they get their own air-conditioned on-field doghouse. I mean, they're living in luxury right now.
Kings.
Should we get one of those?
We probably can. We can get one for Soren's Alley.
Yeah.
That's Soren's walkout.
Air-conditioned alley.
And again, when I think of college football mascots, like I just think of Uga. I just think he's just too iconic. So I just have him number 1. It was close between him and Bevo, but I think he's number 1. So I don't know. What do you guys think of the list?
Might be the best list we've had.
Really?
One of the better ones. Yeah.
I think it's
So
up
no
there.
chirps, no chirps. Finally.
Each of your lists with each list, I feel like you've gotten better and better. Congratulations.
We've been killing you with the list.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
know.
lie.
I know. Rightfully so. The first 2 were pretty bad.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That was great, though.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go. We talked about a couple of our Hall of Famers. Let's get into the weekly segment of Moi Goi of the week.
Wait, is that your Goi?
Oh, I thought that was your Goi.
No, that's
Moi Goi of the week.
I will kick us off with mine. Sorry, John. I hate to do it to you, brother. Moi Goi of the week is Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals. An excellent game. Just happened to be against the Jets. Went 22 for 24 of passing, 266 passing yards, and 3 total touchdowns. And he set the Cardinals record for most consecutive completions with 17 to end the game. Previous record was set by Carson Palmer with 16 across a couple games in 2017. And currently the streak is still alive. He finished the game, his last completion to Harrison set the record. So hopefully he can continue it. Obviously, the big W against the Jets, 31-6.
Said it twice already. but thank you.
31-6.
Is Kyler 3-0 since Black Ops came out, or
Yeah.
is it
he
3-0 now?
Yeah.
And he got some cookies.
Breaking down.
Oh, this was so funny. I'm scrolling on TikTok last night, and I see this guy come up on my TikTok page, and I think he went to like Crumble Cookie or something. He went to some cookie place, and it's like they're playing the music, and he eats a cookie, and I'm like, oh, that's like kind of funny. I look at the comments. And then I read the comments. I'm like, wait, what? I look at it. It's Kyler Murray. It's like 4 hours after the end of the game. He's just munching down on cookies. I'm like, damn, this is salt in the wound. Had to send it to John. Top team in the NFC West. Definitely was not something that any of us predicted. I know the Niners have been kind of Rams have been all right. Like the West is very much up for grabs at the moment. But Kyler Murray leading this Cardinals team. Moi Goi of the week. John, who's your Goi of the week?
Hansel Emmanuel. I don't know if many people know him, but he's a guard at Austin P, of the basketball team. Junior now, but he has some story. He's playing the highest level of college basketball guys with one arm. Like that. If someone says they can't do something, just look at that. Like he's competing at the highest level with one arm. But what caught my eye was I remembered him from high school, and then I saw a video the other day when they beat Butler, so they beat a pretty good team, and in a big upset, he dunked with one arm. Like that's just I don't know I don't even have words for that. Like how impressive that was, and not even that. He gets like consistent minutes off the bench. He plays like 20 minutes a game. The other day he had 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 steals. So now imagine you're getting 8 rebounds with one arm. So you're at a complete disadvantage, like to the rest of the guys out there, just going up with one arm, snagging. Like that's just what a story. That's impressive. It really is.
I do remember seeing videos of him in high school just balling out. Yeah. Corey, who's your guy of the week?
So my Goi is not going to top John's, but Jamar Chase.
You sent that in like Thursday. Like
yeah,
you were fired.
I just knew. I mean, because for fantasy implications, definitely not in the Marywood League. When I say fantasy implications positively, it's never Marywood. So I'm just letting you know. Just absurd. I mean, 11 catches, 264 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Sent the text in the group chat 30 seconds after the game was over. They did lose, like we said. 3rd career 200-plus receiving yard game. He had 266 and 201 back in 2021. I mean, this year already just 19 yards away from a 1,000-yard receiving year. I mean, he's having another great year, but, man, this week just absurd. Just absurd. That's all I have to say.
I do want to shout out one guy. I meant to bring it up when we were going over college football. Well, honorary Moi Goi. Dylan Gabriel. Not a fan of him because he was with the Sooners. Now he's not. But he did set the NFL record for most career touchdowns. I think it's 179. Not all passing touchdowns. He's still second behind Case Keenum. Love the list, by the way. It's Case Keenum, Dylan Gabriel, Kellen Moore.
So does that mean Dylan Gabriel future backup then in the NFL, or
future backup, future coach, something? Yeah. He'll get drafted this year, but not early. But I want to give him a shout out. Great stat, good. Because you were talking about the fantasy applications, I think it's time for a little bit of fantasy freakouts. Are you freaking out in fantasy, Corey?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's you alluding that I should go first just to get it over with.
Get it over with, brother.
So this is probably the millionth time I've said this week. 1-1. I mean, it's just old news at this point. Thank you, Jamar Chase. 55 points in my high school league. Also got help from Lamar Pickens. I'm projected to win by 70. So I'm going to move to 7-3, 2 straight wins. And, of course, Marywood, Fongles. Long story short, I lost. But nobody got hurt this week.
Yes.
Nobody got hurt this week. Thank you, A.J. Brown, for coming back this week.
You did play Rodgers, though.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Wiggs is beating me by 9, but he has Waddle, and I have nobody left. So
hey, look, you saw how the Miami game ended last week. He ran backwards. He ran backwards. It could happen again.
Oh, yeah. So no, that's not gonna happen. Chase Brown, thank you very much. 22.4. Bills defense was great. Pick 6, 3 interceptions, fumble recovered. A.J. Brown. Mooney's been consistent the last, I think, 3 games now. Mixon's been good. Listen, Geno Smith was on bye this week. I didn't want to play Joe Flacco. So I was like, maybe Aaron Rodgers against Arizona would be all right. He sucks. Like, for lack of better words, he sucks. Like, I was looking at the stats. I'm like 0.4 in, like, the first quarter. I'm like, I already know where this is going. James Conner had, like, 12 in the first quarter. I'm like, I'm done. It's over. So I'm 2-8. I'm losing 4 straight now. But hey, Ben lost, and my brother lost. So there's still a chance. Kevin did win. Yeah, that's right.
Jalen hurts me. He's hurting people.
Yeah. All right. So my only chance really is to stay tied with Ben and just beat him in week 12, or if I just do better than him somehow. So there's still hope. I'm hanging on. But
we might have to Photoshop both you guys with frosted tips and see who looks better.
Who looks?
I will say, Rodgers was in a game script where he should have had success.
Yeah, but there was no quarterbacks. We were just talking about it.
But it is Aaron Rodgers.
We were just talking about there was no quarterbacks like on waivers. No, like I'm not starting Will Levis. I mean, yeah, he had what? I think you said 19.
Yeah, there was
no,
actually.
I'm not thinking about Will Levis.
I know there was 4 teams with buys, but still. There was 4 starters, and Will Levis was the best one. It was Levis, Bryce Young.
Oh,
who else was there? There was 2 other really bad quarterbacks. Yeah. So you kind of good luck. You're gonna need it, John. You freaking out?
Not really. A little bit. In the Marywood League, I lost by 3 points to your brother Corey. The theme of this year, though, I've lost 4 games by less than 5 points.
So you're the Bengals.
I was
Pretty
gonna say,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, I could easily be like 9-1 right now, but 5-5, nothing you really can do about it. I mean, he had Chase Thursday night, so I knew it was gonna be a tough week. And then CeeDee Lamb and Devontae had combined 18 points, 17 points, whatever it was. They didn't do anything yesterday. And then I had Josh Jacobs on bye, so I had to pick up Jalen Warren. So he's gonna do nothing. It was either him or like Roshan Johnson. So they both were terrible. I do have to give a shout out to Hawkinson though with 15. I think he's just gonna start getting a good connection with Darnold. Ridley, I picked up. I was telling you on the waivers like 3 weeks ago, and he's been red hot. I don't even know where this came from. They traded D-Hop, and now all of a sudden he's getting like every catch.
They have no one else to throw to.
Yeah, I know, but even before that, like they couldn't even complete a pass.
It's Ridley or Chigaquanqua.
Yeah,
You don't have a choice.
This is great. Burrow obviously Thursday night had a great game. Any other week I would have won if Chase take out 55 points. He had 130. He would have scored like 80 something.
Yeah.
So I would have won easily. Whatever. And then my other league, I'm 4-5. I'm losing by 5 points, but I have Tua and Waddle tonight, and my opponent has Puka, so I should win because I have 2 guys, and hopefully Tua doesn't get hurt tonight. I'm praying for that. So hopefully they can get the win, move to 5-5 in that league. That league's really weird too because like there's so many teams that stink right now. So like playoffs are wide open. I think I'm 4-5 in the playoffs too, like as like the 5 seed. So wide open for that. Everyone else though stunk it up, less than 20 points. So hopefully that changes. But right now I think I'm gonna make the playoffs in both leagues, so I can't complain too much.
I'm happy for you, John.
Thanks, Corey. Like it's something involving football has to make me happy, right?
Like I'll make the playoffs in my high school league, but Marywood, it's just
You're just tanking for next year.
if only it was like a
What is it, Dynasty League?
Yeah, I was gonna say if only it was a dynasty league.
Oh man.
All right, Vincent.
I hate fantasy.
I have once you're. Do you want me to say it now or do you like after?
Sure.
So yesterday we're sitting there watching the game, right? He goes, I think I'm just gonna retire from fantasy football.
I'm like, you thinking you?
I might take a year.
You want my team? You can have my team. We can trade.
Take a gap year.
I might do a Brady where I retire for a little bit and then come back. Like, cause like I can't do this anymore, man. Or like didn't Matt Ryan have like half a season off before joining the Colts?
We saw what happened there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that, I hate. This.
But
When did Flacco join the Browns? Like week 6, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a Flacco or something like that. I hate this game, dude. The thing is, like, it wasn't even my guys playing bad. A lot of my guys like produce like decently. It's the fact that in the Maryland League, I faced Jalen Hurts who puts up 30. I faced Bijan Robinson who puts up 30. I faced Alec Pierce because he had Brian Robinson was out, so he had to throw Pollard in as his RB2, but Alex Pierce had 18.1, scored a meaningless touchdown at the end of the game. I love you, Joe Flacco. I hate you.
And I think you're just more angry of who you lost to.
Dude, it's evil, bro. Who literally donated? Like, look, if he had Calvin Ridley, like, all right, fine. But he donated you Calvin Ridley. He's annoying. He didn't draft his team. He had
I hope he's watching.
He
right
had
now.
Chris Olave in his lineup like up until like last week. He never pulled him when he missed any. Like his team stinks. His team isn't good. But like I've lost him twice now. I play him a third time. I don't know how I play this kid 3 times.
You lost him twice in the same.
Yes, and I play
you
him.
might lose a third.
I play him again. No, the week I play him, he has everyone on bye. But I'll still find a way to lose.
You'll still lose, yeah, to him, just
Like-
to him.
And like the thing is our league isn't like most points forced through. It's head to head. So if it comes down to like me and him fighting for the 6th seed, he has me beat at this point. It doesn't matter what I can do.
Yeah, but also there's a bunch of teams tied, so it might not even matter.
No,
at that
because
point.
it's head to head.
No, but I'm saying if there's like 4 teams with the same record.
Yeah, but I've lost to AJ, who's in that
NBA,
conversation.
right?
I've lost to you. No, I beat you.
Oh yeah,
I
the
beat-
other league I beat you.
Yeah, you
it's
beat
too
me in
many.
the other league.
We're in too many
But-
leagues together.
I lost to Collie Bear. Like I'm losing to everyone who it's gonna come down to tiebreakers. I'm gonna miss.
Stink.
Yeah, I've been the commissioner of this league. It's the 3rd year, and I have not won. This league stinks. In my main league, I faced Calvin Ridley and Courtney Sutherland. Okay, like that's fine. He had McCaffrey come back, who was fine-ish. In your brother's league, I faced Burrow, Bijan, Rashad White, George Pickens. I'm gonna go 0-3. The thing is I have players going in all 3 leagues tonight. I have in the Maryland League Tyreek and Tua, but I need like 50-something points.
And Tyreek.
I'll get to it. Yeah, I'll get to it. Don't worry.
Just
In,
make sure you're
in my main league, I have Tua, Hill, and Devon Achane against Cooper Kupp. in your brother's league, I have Kyron and Cup against Achan. So I'm losing all 3. I'll be lucky if I get 1. Thing is Hill's a game time decision, dude. It was before you got here. I had a dream last night that I checked I checked my phone and it was Soren's team. Soren's team is giving me nightmares. I had a dream that Soren picked up OBJ and he was projected 14.4 and Tyreek was out. That's how bad.
And on top of that, he's like, I woke up in a cold sweat. I'm like, Soren's putting you in a cold sweat.
That's what I'm saying.
So if Tyreek doesn't play, you're screwed. Because you can't pick.
And I'm not screwed in any other league already,
I'm
dude.
saying you can't pick anyone up.
I'm just gonna have to drop Tyreek the waivers to get OBJ. No, at that point I'll accept the loss or hope that Tua goes for 900. But
Vinny, at least you have some options. Like I have just nothing. I have a few options. No, I have no tight end.
Yeah, he's got no hope.
I have no hope. But you know what? I'm handling it better than you.
Yeah, shut up.
He's gonna retire from fantasy football. That's crazy.
All right. Speaking of the man who's putting me in cold sweats, it's time to go into the stinky, smelly Soren Alley.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna step off for this one.
I got you.
That's a first.
He's gonna go.
That's a first.
He's gonna go in the bathroom, just wipe his face. He's struggling.
Can we get a live camera shot of Vinny in the bathroom right now?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Soren?
Soren, how we doing, man?
It's going well, guys.
Feeling all right?
It's kind of odd seeing you in the center seat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
in the wide shot.
This is very interesting.
How you feeling, though? Good?
No, yeah, I'm feeling good.
So you got an Eagles jersey on with the Flyers T-shirt underneath, right?
Wow, a lot of Philly. Philly's in your blood today.
Yeah, and then he was like, we're all
all
wearing
good.
black shirts today on the set, and you got Corey at the red shirt.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, so what's on your mind today? What's on your mind in the alley today?
So I wanted to mention 2 things pretty early. I know Vinny mentioned the Eagles and Penn State, so I just wanted to add one further point, being that both sides of the ball played great for the Eagles.
Yeah, of course.
Love to see that. I was going to mention something else about Penn State. Just like I said, they dominating fashion win 35-6. But how about Tyler Warren scoring
what a stud.
2 rushing touchdowns? Dominating performance. I can't believe it. Both sides of the ball in that game also look strong for Penn State. So those are my 2 additional points I wanted to add, because he also did say that Dallas Goedert did score his first touchdown of the season. So that was awesome.
Yeah, he's on my bench, too.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's disappointing.
But I am a little disappointed about Virginia Tech, though. Virginia Tech, just disappointing loss. I was watching the entire game. I literally watched the Virginia Tech game, the Eagles game, and the Penn State game. And
who did VT play again? Sorry.
Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson's good.
Yeah, Clemson's good.
Yeah, they're very
They
good.
lost 24-14.
Listen,
It was
10 to Clemson's not
Yeah,
bad.
I
though.
mean, that's not bad.
They just need one more win.
Yeah,
That's it.
One more
Clemson,
win.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
like Clemson's like the world beaters, but they're definitely way better than VT is.
No,
they were in the game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They still have Duke and Virginia still.
Yeah, Duke's been playing pretty
And
good.
how many wins do they have? 5, you were saying?
5 and 5, yeah.
Yeah,
5?
5-5.
So they need one more.
Yeah.
Yep.
One more.
I think
Soren.
they could beat Virginia. Duke's
think they
7 and
get
3.
Duke's
Duke's been playing
good.
pretty good.
Duke's very
I'm
good.
telling you, if Virginia Tech beats Virginia on the weekend, I'm going to the game.
I was gonna say that you're going to that
I am
game.
gonna be so happy.
Oh, you're gonna levitate like me yesterday
Yes.
with Mike Williams.
Exactly.
Not again.
Isn't that
No
great?
Mike Williams.
Isn't that great? I mean, even if they get a win against Duke too, that's fine.
That's a bonus, I think, at this
Yeah,
point, because Duke's
exactly.
good.
Oh, and as a UNC fan, screw Duke.
Yeah.
Please beat Duke.
Is Duke
Alright.
on? Is
Please.
Duke,
All right.
is
Beat
the
Duke.
Duke games on the road?
I think
Yes, it is.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll probably
That's their
lose that.
last game on the road, I believe.
So they'll probably lose that.
Please beat Duke for me.
And I think they have
Wait,
the
so
bye.
they don't play this week?
No, I think they have the bye this week.
Makes
Fresh
sense.
legs.
Makes sense.
That's
Could
what
be
you
an
need.
upset. Could be an upset
Yeah.
for you, Soren.
I'd love
If
to
not,
see
they
it.
can clinch when you're there. That would be pretty cool,
I
right?
would love to see it. I do have a very interesting fact this weekend.
Okay.
Fact.
So
More trivia. All right.
Can't make sure we're fact checking.
Yeah.
Like I said.
We
So-
don't want any misinformation, Soren.
you know how in our production meeting on Friday, Vinny was grocery shopping, right?
Of course,
Yes,
shop, right?
that's right.
I was also grocery shopping this weekend,
Really?
and I found the steal of the century.
Steal.
Steal of the
Is this a
century,
new
boy.
Soren segment? Soren
Steal of
steals.
the century.
Soren steals.
Wait. Did you steal it, or did you?
No, so
You got to clarify, Soren.
listen.
Oh,
So
sorry.
so let's just say you're watching a football game, okay?
Like I do every Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're watching that. Yep, we're doing
And we're getting chicken wings.
wings. All right.
So
Football and wings.
Oh yeah, wangs.
Yeah, so usually
this sauce.
chicken wings at the grocery store are like $12 or $14 for a party pack.
Mhm.
But this weekend, when I went to the Market 34, which is my go-to store now.
Shout out to them.
Market
I
34?
love,
Yeah, Market
Yeah.
34.
yeah, I love going to that store on O'Neill Highway.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
crazy.
Shout them out.
So I got a set of 14 wings this weekend for $7.98.
Really?
Wow.
What
Yes.
flavors? What flavors are we talking here?
So let me do the statistical part first. So each wing was $1.75 per wing.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I did the math.
No, there
No,
were
if it's 14 wings for
and it was like-
$7, it's probably a
Wait, what was it? $7 and what? 98 you said?
Yeah,
So
so
say
it's a
14 wings
dollar.
for-
It's probably $1.98 each.
No, it's
No, no, no.
57 cents.
Yeah,
Soren.
less.
Yeah. I just did the math.
That's like
57
14
cents.
wings for $8.
It's still a steal,
It's
though.
still a steal,
57
yeah.
cents.
You got to give yourself more credit that you found them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was,
So
it
if
was-
anything,
it was
it's
great.
more of a steal. You thought it was a steal. That's like
It was-
a mega steal,
Yeah.
Soren.
No.
That's a Swanson size steal. Like that's
No,
a
it
big
was-
steal.
It was great. It was great because I actually cooked wings in my apartment for the first time in like forever. I mean, it's
Oh, wow.
first time ever.
Yeah.
By
No
the way.
nachos this weekend?
All right, what else do you got?
So I mean, like I said, normally restaurants would charge more on the quality and the freshness of the product. So it's kind of interesting to see that grocery stores or some grocery stores are having cheaper wings.
They're bringing out the good stuff
Oh,
at a
yeah.
good
and
price.
they're bringing it, and it's natural too. So it's like it's pretty interesting. But
Non-GMOs.
anyways, going back to what flavor I put on it, I made a Peggy's Sweet Heat Old Bay
Sweet
wings.
heat.
Yeah,
It was very good.
it was great.
Did you
I
have all
actually
14, Soren?
Yeah, I mean this was the picture.
Oh yeah, show the camera.
Show the camera.
Show
Yeah.
the camera.
I
There
mean
we go.
I'll put it. I'll put it in the.
You're like a sous
the
chef
reel.
over here.
Yeah, but it was really good though. Like oh my god, I just enjoyed that. And then I was watching the Eagles win. Oh, I was on cloud nine.
All right, Soren. Thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate
I mean,
you.
I did have one more thing. To
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you-
I had
thought
one
you hit-
more thing.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
one more
I thought
one
you
more
hit
quick
everything.
thing.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you hit everything. Oh, I got it. You
Yeah,
got
I was
one more.
going to talk about the
Sorry.
Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs. They are looking good right now. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They beat the Boston Bruins, the Red Wings,
Boston.
and the Montreal Canadiens.
No.
Improving. They actually, recently just beaten the Montreal Canadiens 4-1.
Oh, Montreal's
improving their
garbage.
record to 9-5-2, second in the Atlantic Division. William Nylander leading the team in goals
Somebody
so far
clip
this
that.
season,
Somebody clip
and
that.
hopefully can continue the winning streak when Toronto is facing the Ottawa Senators on Tuesday,
Also not that good.
the Capitals on Wednesday,
Okay, they're good.
and a big primetime game against Edmonton on Saturday. So it is going to be
Slam it.
another good weekend of hockey. So
William
Soren.
Nylander.
Thanks, buddy.
yeah,
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming on.
William Nylander.
Oh, Corey, what an experience, right? He never disappoints.
He doesn't. I was waiting for the
Yeah, I was waiting
outro for a
that.
second.
Yeah, he just never disappoints.
William Nylander.
I'd never
I was
heard
looking
that
up
accent from him either, right?
Nylander. I was trying to see. Or, what was the guy's name?
William
William
Nylander.
Nylander, yeah.
Nylander. Okay.
Yeah.
I was doing some research.
Soren, come back real quick. Just come here real quick.
Also, I was trying to find some Peggy Sweet Heat
No, no,
recipes.
I'm just, you're a big Maple Leafs guy, right?
yes,
What's under the jersey?
I know there's a Flyers.
Fraud.
shirt. I don't have any Maple Leafs gear.
You gotta get some.
That's a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Christmas gift.
Santa Claus will
Even
leave it under
I
the
own
tree.
the Maple Leafs jersey.
We're getting the Maple Leafs gear, guys.
Even
We're
I own
getting
a
it
Maple
for
Leafs
Christmas.
jersey.
It's coming.
Good old Saint Nick will take care of you.
Saint Nick.
Not Nick Foles though. He's gone.
Yeah, my dad loves the Maple Leafs, by the way, so that's why I love the Maple Leafs.
All right. Just another one.
Part two.
Is that the first time we did 3 Soren Alley screams?
Yeah, he just like
4?
He
Oh, this
just
is a
re-entered.
special Soren's Alley this week.
Special is an
He's gonna be in our dreams again tonight.
Well,
God,
Soren left us with
stay
Santa
out
will
of
be
my-
coming this
Stay
year.
out of my dreams, Soren. Come near my dreams again. See what happens. He giggles over there.
It's crazy.
All right, let's switch over to the hardwood. The Cleveland Cavaliers still undefeated, and it'd be different if they were playing every home game. They've kind of been even, 6 on the road, or 6 at home, 5 on the road, and they have not lost yet. Playing great basketball, and they really haven't played any pushover teams. They played some games they should win, but they've beaten the Bucks twice, barely. They beat the Lakers last week. Talked about the Magic. Magic are without Paolo, but still, they beat Golden State by a bunch. Yeah. And I don't see them losing anytime soon. They have the Bulls, the Sixers, the Bulls again, the Hornets. They're going to stay undefeated at least until they play in Boston, which is next week.
They've been dominant.
What?
They've
They've been
dominant.
great, man. They've been really, really definitely not. Well, I definitely didn't expect them to be this good, but yeah, no, they've been very, very good. I know, John, you put this note in there. LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball.
Balling out.
Oh, dude, I love their announcement.
Diddly dee.
Dude, his call on LaMelo's fadeaway against the Sixers was crazy. He put up 38, 8, and 4 against the Sixers in the loss. I know, LaMelo Ball, dog. And his whole thing is like he just needs to stay healthy.
No.
He's missed a
Yeah.
lot of his career. He's been banged up a good bit throughout. Seems to be like how the Ball brothers play. He's only played one season where he's played more than 60 games. Every other season he's missed time. So if he's able to stay on the court, I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be the craziest thing to think he could make an All-NBA team. He's very, very talented. Definitely be an all-star. Just very popular in general. Yeah. We talked about our teams having success so far. All 3 of our teams
Yeah.
looking pretty solid. Knicks are 4 and 5.
They'll be okay.
But also, yeah, the East it's top 2 teams and everything else. It's also early. I think you gotta let Bridges and Brunson and Cat get comfortable with each other.
Or just stop playing them 40 minutes a game.
Well, that's how Tibbs always coaches. But hey, how about the Suns and Thunder? Top 2 teams in the West.
Looking good.
Yeah, but we don't have a center now, so we're in trouble. Don't worry,
Well,
we got Lou Dort guarding every opposing team center. Let's go. Put him in the torture chamber, Lou.
the torture chamber.
But no, there's a 3-way tie atop the West, the Suns, the Thunder, and Golden State. Crazy. But yeah, no, the West has been really good. The East has been
Stinks.
stinky poo-poo,
Yep.
to say the least. Hey, Utah finally got the first wins, though. Go
Good for them. They needed it.
go Jazz.
They needed it.
You like Jazz?
Struggling very strong.
You'll.
Do you like John?
Do you like jazz?
Do you indeed like Jazz, sir?
Not really.
Okay. We got any good college games going on tonight?
I think tomorrow there's I checked.
I'm looking now. There's like a few ranked teams playing, but nothing crazy. Hey, Rutgers, St. Pete's. Let's go. Don't forget the legend of St. Peter's.
Oh yeah.
Dougie.
Well, tomorrow's a good day though. Doubleheader.
Oh, Duke, Kentucky's a good one.
Even Kansas.
The Kansas and Michigan State, dude.
Kansas, my championship team, right?
Is there any? I'm kind of going throughout the week. Is there any other big games going on?
Not
Wednesday.
more
not
so
Thursday?
next week. Next week's like
Hey,
when they go. travel.
Lindenwood plays on Thursday against New Orleans. Let's go, Lindenwood.
Unless you want to watch Creighton
Oh,
take
Bama
on Houston
Purdue's
Christian.
good. Bama Purdue's on Friday.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying next week is when they
It's-
start going
They kinda,
traveling, going
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Next
What-
couple of weeks.
Wisconsin, Arizona is good on Friday. Yeah, so kind of like it's okay now. The Hoosiers, dude. The Hoosiers are currently undefeated across 2 sports. Crazy to think about.
Yeah.
The Who?
Especially the one sport, right?
Yes.
Football.
Yeah, 10-0. Dude, the coach, the post-game interview was so fun. They barely beat. It was an ugly game against Michigan, but a win. Especially Big Ten this time of year kind of gets into like these ugly type of games. When they got the win, he's like, what are we, 10-0? Reporter's like, yeah. He's like, not bad. First time they've ever been 10-0 in program history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's yours?
Good for them.
Another big thing. There's 2 big things going on this weekend. We're gonna go to our UFC correspondent Cameron Gorman.
What's up, man?
So you want to talk? We'll wait for Saturday. Let's talk about Friday night first.
Friday night.
The greatest fight of all mankind.
Yeah, so we got big fight this weekend. I guess the Beijing Ducks are playing the Shanghai Sharks this Friday. I don't know anything else that really could be possibly going on.
Nah, the greatest boxing match of all time.
I don't know what you're talking about. The Beijing Ducks are leading the Chinese Basketball Association right now at 9-1. 10 games played so far this season. They're hitting their midseason break after this past Friday. And the Shanghai Sharks not looking too hot, 1-9.
They need Jimmer back.
Cameron, I
They need
remember
Jimmer
my
for that.
first introduction to the Shanghai Sharks
The
from
Shanghai
you.
Yeah, the Dark Knight Rises.
That's right.
The Dark Shark Rises.
But so there's nothing else going on Friday?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think
man.
there
Not
might be
that I'm
something
aware
slipping
of.
your mind.
PEDs maybe. I don't. Like, I guess like Mike Tyson apparently doesn't have brain damage and has agreed to fight again. I don't know why. I feel like he should be probably like raising a family by now. He's fighting some YouTuber, Logan Paul's little brother. I think little brother maybe. I don't know.
someone's hanging.
I didn't really do my research on this. Hold on, let me just do a quick Google. I don't even know what time the fight's on. So
I think it's like 7, dude.
all right, we're gonna just read over the Wikipedia article real quick. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is an upcoming professional boxing match between YouTuber turned professional boxer Jake Paul. That's a stretch. And former undisputed heavyweight world champion Mike Tyson. Former should be in bold. This bout is scheduled for November 15th at the AT&T
Jerry
Stadium.
Jones will be there, baby.
They put that in the Cowboys Stadium.
There's nothing else. What else is going on in Dallas that is worth watching in that stadium?
It should be on around 5:30 is when the prelims start.
So the
I
main
did
fight's
not
probably
know.
not. So
So I wonder who's in the prelims.
honestly, I would probably rather watch the prelims
Yeah.
than that
Let
fight.
me look at the prelims real quick.
You're
So was it like
you're
Mr.
getting, like-
Mr. Beast in the prelims or something? Like,
Mr. Beast versus Soren.
No, it's
Swanson.
all actual.
Yeah, it's like it's all professional.
so all that, and then you have the
boxers.
biggest joke in the
That's what I'm
world.
saying. Like, I want to have this conversation before we continue.
Mhm.
If you're a professional boxer, you've dedicated your whole life to this. You can't not be annoyed that it's 54-year-old Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. Like, if I'm a boxer who's dedicated my life to this, like, I'm annoyed that this isn't actually a thing.
But-
Now, again, it is also they're probably getting more money because of it. Because of the big name draw, but it's just like, bro, I would be so annoyed if I was the prelim fight for that, because like, no one's gonna know your name before or after this.
Yeah, but I could see the reasoning why they did it, because there's Mike Tyson's almost 60 years old, so you got the crowd who used to
58.
watch him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the crowd that used to watch him when he was younger, now the younger crowd now who's Jake Paul. Because a lot of people like Jake Paul.
I hope Mike Tyson.
Also,
puts
just
him
found
on
out it's
Earth.
on Netflix. I did not.
yeah,
know
it's
that.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Free too. I mean,
I
there's
hope-
an
Netflix.
account.
You just need the account.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
need to
so-
count.
Not that
I
I've
hope-
used it.
I hope Mike Tyson
No.
puts him into the mat. I'm sorry.
Please.
I actually think he
Th-
will.
It should
No,
not
he
go
won't.
8
No.
rounds.
They're giving him $5 million to this fight. He's gonna take a dive. Make Jake Paul like. There's no way like Jake. This is a lose for Jake Paul. Because if you win, no, you didn't. And if you lose, all right, you fought a 60-year-old and lost. Like I don't understand.
You're fighting a 60-year-old who the reason the first fight got canceled in the first place is because he had a stroke on an airplane on the way to a press conference.
Well, again,
like,
wasn't he
yeah,
on
I
like
can't wait
shrooms
for
or
this one.
something? Or
Yeah, he's just
I
not
don't
normal,
think that
guy.
was gonna really affect it.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely has brain bleeds and like damage from years.
I don't know.
of
He's
boxing.
a phenomenal
Like,
actor though. Hangover, great acting in that.
Actually, that would probably be more entertaining than talking about the actual fight.
But that fight should not go 8 rounds.
I say we
Like,
just
it
put-
should not be full time. Like, come on.
Let's get Mike Tyson versus
Does
Alan
anyone
from
even-
Hangover Part 2.
Does anyone even know like how many rounds it is?
It's
Yeah.
8 2-minute rounds.
8 2-minute rounds.
so
So
they're not
so
even doing 3. Okay.
yeah. So Jake
Yeah.
Paul is probably going to hug him for the first couple rounds. Maybe throw just a few light punches. And it's going to be either really
No,
boring. It's going to be
it's
just
gonna-
boring.
It's gonna be Nate Robinson again. Oh, he knocked him out.
Yeah, with Snoop Dogg. Oh Lord.
All right, let's go on to the real fights of the weekend. Let's go to UFC 309. I'm so fired up for that card.
Yeah, you should be, rightfully so. First off, we're gonna start off with. I want to just double check. I didn't think I've recognized anyone on the early prelims. Actually, that's not true. They got Mikey Gall on there. Okay, I'm not gonna watch the early prelims. That sounds like a lot of time. I love watching UFC. It's just very hard to sit there through a 6-hour card.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this fight is at a reasonable time, that be at 10 p.m. and not 1 p.m. on a Saturday in Abu Dhabi. But going to the preliminary card first. A lot of fights on here that I'm really excited to watch. Mr. A10, Jim Miller, the 41-year-old, coming to fight Damon Jackson. Big fan of Jim Miller. He's been an absolute legend since the beginning. I mean, we're talking before Conor McGregor was even talked about. That was a loud bang. I don't know what that was.
Someone's okay. Sorry, you want to go check on that?
Already just went through the wall, apparently.
Yeah, we gotta
Was
hope
that
he's okay.
was that Jake Paul hitting the canvas?
Ernie got excited when I mentioned Jim Miller's name. But besides Mr. A10, another fight on the prelims that I'm looking forward to, 40-year-old Chris Weidman, Mr. All-American. I don't know if any of you guys know about Chris Weidman. He's been no.
Nope.
That doesn't really help my case too much. Anyway, he's been around for a while. Let me look at some of his older fights. I'm trying to remember because I feel he hasn't probably fought in
His last fight was
Bruno
March.
Silva. Yeah, it's been but like before that, he's been taking a lot of time off. One was like, yeah, I remember watching him get absolutely dropped by Uriah Hall. I don't know if any of you know what knockout I'm talking about. I'll have to show you the clip after the game. That was disgusting. I mean, I feel like I only know Chris Weidman for getting knocked out, unfortunately, but I don't know. He's been there forever. Just like an absolute
I don't know.
stud.
He beat Anderson Silva back in 2013 twice.
Yeah,
for the
but that
title.
was also post Anderson Silva snapping his leg worse than Aiden Hutchinson could ever do. So that one's yeah. If you want to talk about nasty leg breaks, poor Anderson Silva. That's just absolutely terrible. Going back now, we'll look actually at the main card, but love Chris Weidman, great guy. I'd imagine never met him personally. Seems like a really good guy. Yeah, 40 years old, still kicking it. Love to see it. Now, main card. This is where we were talking about it beforehand, and then I saw like 310. I got a lot more excited. I'm excited for this main card fight. Unfortunately, it did get pushed back a very long time because of the pec injury that John Jones received about probably 3 weeks before the fight was actually supposed to kick off. But John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. I have no idea where this fight is going to go.
Stipe. Let's go, baby.
I just don't know. I really don't know. If it goes to the ground, John Jones is going to win. If it's on the feet, I mean, either one of them could win. I mean, they're both old guys. They both don't necessarily have the chin that they used to have. I don't know. You were complaining about spinning back fist earlier. This fight could end by a spinning back fist, or someone, Stipe Miocic finally throws his first ever flying knee. I really don't know, man. They are, it's different because when John Jones was initially in the UFC and fighting for the first time, I don't see any bad blood really between this fight. It's just guys truly fighting each other for once. John Jones is showing respect, which is kind of wild.
Not
thinking
a thing.
thinking about the trilogy he had with DC and how them both just went at it and were constantly at each other's throats. And I mean, there's countless examples through John Jones's career where he's done that, but I don't know. It's kind of nice to see him finally showing respect for once in his life. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of John Jones. I think for pretty obvious reasons. He's not the greatest guy to look up to. But another big headline for this thing, the 12-6 elbow is finally legal. So that's also
This is his only loss.
It is his only loss in his entire UFC career. He absolutely destroyed a guy's nose using a 12-6 elbow, and it has not been seen from since.
Yeah, I watched that before the fight. I saw how gashed up he got. Dude, it was bad.
Yeah, but I mean, he also was receiving ground and pound for 2 minutes straight. It's kind of unfortunate that Jones lost that fight because, to be completely honest, even if he wasn't even throwing that 12-6 elbow, it's not like that fight would have lasted much longer anyway. It was 2 minutes of just pure domination, and he made one mistake, and the fight was called off because he couldn't breathe out of his nose. It was pretty gruesome.
He hasn't lost since 20. He hasn't lost since 09, but he's been a.
He's
champ-
lost in the courtroom plenty of times. Believe me. He has had.
But
he's
he's been a champion since 2011.
He also has been. Yeah, he's been in and out of the UFC for a while, battling suspensions, battling different drug issues, testing, constantly being in and out of the system. Yeah. Besides that, looking at the co-main event, we'll get onto that. Charles Oliveira, one of my personal favorite lightweights of all time. Not a big fan of his new hairstyle. I'm not a big fan of the bleach, but Charles Oliveira, awesome dude, even more cooler of a dude. Michael Chandler, I feel like we're going to see him in some 007 movie at some point, but Michael Chandler, absolute studs too. And then your favorite redneck,
Yes.
Bo Nickel,
Dog.
fighting before that lightweight co-main fight.
Dude, Bo Nickel is my favorite UFC fighter by far. The ESPN bet line right now, minus 1,000 Bo Nickel. I think he's going to win. It's to the point where people are so afraid to go to the ground with him that they're just protecting the takedown that he's just lighting them up with haymakers. Like, Bo Nickel's a beast, dude. His last fight was his first professional fight to go out of the first round. He keeps winning so quickly. And it was a second round win. It was like about midway through the second round. Like, he is so good. Go Bo Nickel.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in Dana White giving him Paul Craig. For context, he hasn't won a fight since beating Jamal Hill, which Jamal Hill is a very respectful fighter. The only thing I really know about Paul Craig is his nickname. If you've seen the wonderful movie by Quentin Tarantino, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, Inglourious something. He takes pride, and he's the Bear Jew. That's all I know about him, really. That's his nickname. He wears the Scottish face paint before fights. I don't know. I've only seen him fight the one time against Jamal Hill, and that's about it. He hasn't won since 2021. So I don't know why they're giving Bo Nickel such an easy layup.
They give him the spoon feed.
I agree, but you have like guys like Meep Meep who like are kind of like actually grinding and like get those fights that are well deserved.
I think they're just trying to make sure Bo Nickel. They're trying to build him up a little bit more.
Oh, for sure. But like, I just at the same time, I don't understand why they need to build him up. I feel like he has the star status at this point. I mean, he's the only dude in the UFC with camo shorts, which is kind of sick. But
Bo Nickel versus Izzy right now. Give it to me. Nah, yeah, Izzy will win that fight easily. But
see, Bo Nickel's not ranked yet, right?
No, he's not ranked in middleweight. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's 6-0, going back to
maybe get him to 7 or 8-0, and then they'll give him someone legitimate.
Yeah, I mean, after this fight, he's got it. Granted, I mean, I know he just came out of the Contender Series, so it's not like he's been in the UFC for too long.
He's only been in 3 pay-per-views.
I mean, going 6-0, like, I'm gonna knock on wood for him, but should be 7-0 after this fight. I mean, he's getting someone with experience, even though Paul Craig hasn't won since 2021. But I don't know. It should be a fun one.
He's been in 3 of the pay-per-views, and I mean, you gotta think he hasn't had a fight go further than the second round. So maybe they're trying to see what he can do when he goes deeper into these fights before they give him someone legitimate. Like, just trying to like build him up, because again, it's great that he's winning quickly. I love it. It's phenomenal. But he also has not had a fight go deep, and they probably don't want to they don't want to throw him into the deep end with someone who's experienced and has had these deeper fights.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The only other complaint that I have besides that is I think that fight probably should be the last one on like the prelims. I don't know. It shows some respect to guys like Chris Weidman and Jim Miller, people who have, I mean, put their entire lives into the UFC, been fighting since probably UFC like 150. I mean, I get it, they're old, but I don't know. I wish they got a little bit more respect. I can understand, though. They haven't necessarily been winning. So it is what it is. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of good fights. It's going to be an entertaining card.
Jim Miller, his first UFC pay-per-view, UFC 89.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a long time ago. 2008.
Yeah. Wow. It's like you think about, like, I mean, like we talk about how much getting beat up the guys in the NFL, dude, and then like you see, like, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is what, he's 40 or 41?
He's gonna be 41 soon.
Okay, yeah, but still, like, I mean, this guy gets punched in the face for a living, and he's still kicking that. I mean, good for him. I mean, who is that?
Definitely a tougher dude than Rodgers, right? Probably.
Yeah. Matt. Oh my god. All right. That's enough of UFC. Go watch the card. Figure it out. Go find a way to do it. You will not be disappointed. You probably will be more entertained UFC 310 in 2 weeks, but that's my personal opinion. We got to get through one at a time. One game at a time.
All right. Let's finish this episode off as we always do. Monday night picks as the standings are getting pulled up. Cameron's still the champ. He's been the champ for, what, 4 or 5 weeks now? It's been a while.
Not ending this week.
No, you still have a 2-game advantage, but...
See you guys after when I break.
Everyone picked the Chiefs last week, so everyone is now positive. Everyone is above 500.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer.
Standings stay the same. I know. Good job.
Great.
Guys.
I mean, at
We
least you
didn't
know
get
something.
memed on.
Right?
Honestly, I would have been okay with the Chiefs losing and all of us. Like,
Yeah,
make that
I
real.
think we all would have been.
That would have been a happy loss.
Yeah, but we're all above 500 in the standings. Standings remain the same, but we got some disparity this week. We got Rams and Dolphins. I'll kick us off. Give me the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins.
Does not stay.
Miami Dolphins, number 1. I have them to win 27-24. It feels like a must-win for Miami. At this point, they have to win this game. The offenses look good since Tua's come back. Their 2 losses are by a combined 4 points. They're playing great football. I know Hill is questionable, But it just seems like if he plays, and even Waddle too, I think they're both due for a big game. It might be one or the other, might be both, might be Braxton Berrios. I don't know who it is. Maybe OBJ.
Berrios is in the hospital.
Get him back
He
out.
tore his ACL.
Nah, get him back. He only needs one leg.
OBJ touchdown.
OBJ, Jonnu Smith legacy game. But no, it just feels like this. And this is no disrespect to the Rams. I think the Rams have been playing great football. It feels like Miami needs to win this game, and I feel like that is why they will win. And also, I feel like Mike McDaniel's seat's starting to get a little toasty. There might be a little fire. I don't think it's like he's fired by the end of the year, but I mean, I know Tua missed 4 weeks, but they haven't really been a winning team with him as a head coach. You might see Mike McDaniel be on his way out of Miami within the next year or so if this continues. But give me the Dolphins, 27-24. Corey, who do you have winning this ball game?
I had the Dolphins also, 34-27. I think it's going to be a shootout. I honestly do. Like you said before, the Rams, they've been red hot right now. The Dolphins have been very good with Tua being back. I mean, honestly, if you think about it, those last 2 games they lost, they could have easily won those. So, I mean, they could be 4-4 right now. But I just think the Dolphins just play a faster game offensively. I just think it's going to be a little bit of an issue for the Rams defense. I think the Dolphins will come out fast in this game. I think that's how they have to win, is just come out fast. But yeah, I think Dolphins are going to get it 34-27. Like you said, I think this is a must win.
Chitty.
Guys, this is why I love you, because we can disagree, because I completely disagree with the both of you, but we'll still be best friends after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Rams 33-20. They're red hot right now. I know me and Cam are on the same page.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't? Okay. All right. No, like in terms of, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Red hot right now, and the Rams are, I don't know what it is. At home, they're just a totally different team. If this game was in Miami, I would say Dolphins all the way. I just think because the Rams are home, they're 3-game win streak. 3-1 at home as well this year. Their only losses to the Packers by like 5 points. Packers are pretty good. So the Rams have shown they're really, really good at home. Miami's defense, I don't know what it is this year. They're just not they can't stop anyone. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. They haven't been able to stop anyone. I understand what you guys are saying. Tyreek and Waddle definitely due for a big game. I mean, they haven't really done much this year. I just think where the Rams are right now and where the Dolphins are right now, I think are a little different. And I just think Stafford is going to cook up tonight. Yeah, that's really it.
Champ.
All right, so usually I like to keep my Monday Night Football predictions pretty short and sweet because, honestly, a lot of the Monday Night Football games have been complete disappointments / waste of time. So this week, I am going to be taking the Los Angeles Rams 26-13, once again sticking with the 26 number and then changing the whatever number at the end that I feel like. It has worked out for me pretty well. I decided to stick with my guns and choose the second greatest Lions quarterback of all time, no debate. Matt Stafford has consistently put up numbers with this Rams offense, even though with how banged up they've been. I mean, they are, as whoever said it, they are red hot right now.
Yeah.
Even Puka Nakua is throwing punches. Like the entire team is
Getting ejected. I didn't even think he had that emotion in him.
I don't know, man. But if we're taking off anything, I mean, Brian Branch got injected last week, and then Brian Branch really didn't show up this week. So, besides that, Puka might show up this week. I don't know. I just don't have a single ounce of faith right now in the Dolphins. They just seem completely broken. I like Mike McDaniel. I like Tua. They're at a neutral site that is SoFi Stadium. I don't know who is home or away today. Like, it really doesn't make sense. This is basically the Super Bowl. Like, it's just the neutral site of just mediocre teams right now. And then, sorry to the Dolphins. They are the most undeserving 2-7 team of all time, but that's how it's going to end after tonight.
Okay. Look, with how I usually Jack picks based off of fantasy implications. I need Tua and Tyreek to be great. I need Achane to be okay. I need Kupp to be I need Kyron to go crazy. So basically just Tua, Tyreek, Kyron. Have a day. Achane and Kupp, you can cease to exist for all I care. Please. Soren.
We also got Tyreek Hill in the chat on YouTube, so maybe he can let us know.
On the
if he's playing.
chat.
Let's go, Tyreek.
Yeah, why not? Just take the mic, whatever you need.
I am going to be taking the Miami Dolphins 24-20. As some people have already alluded to, this is going to be a close game. I think Achane will have at least a touchdown. Hopefully, maybe Tyreek Hill and Waddle will have a decent game. But yeah, it should be a close game, and we'll see what happens.
I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Mr.
What
Biggs,
happens?
come on down. You're the next contestant on the Monday Night Pick.
Tyreek Hill is actually in the chat, guys. This is crazy.
Yeah.
He is. Check it.
The Tyreek Hill.
Check it.
His name is Tyreek Hill, and
Tyreek
he
Hill with
has
his face
a
on
tank
it?
top on that's white with a blue background that I assume is the Dolphins color.
Okay.
Thank you, Tyreek, for the support.
Yes.
Appreciate you, brother. However, I'm going 27-16 Rams victory.
Let's go, Jack.
I do need Puka to really remember what sport he's playing. And use his hands to catch.
Not
instead
mixed
of
martial
throwing
arts.
punches. Yeah. But I do have fantasy implications. They had a 40-point lead over Coyle. He's got
wait, Jade?
Jade. Yeah.
Coil. It's Coil.
Oh, Coil, Toyrin,
Coyle.
and
There's a lot of oys in there. Not bad. He's got Kyron and Cooper Kupp. I got Puka and a 40-point lead. So
Jack, we love you. The first Coil reference we've had.
oh, lordy, lordy.
that's what we're rocking with today.
Go Puka.
I really thought I would be the first person to slip up and say Coil.
Lordy.
But you know what? I have to make a statement. I think George Pickens could be in the MMA.
Oh,
after
he should
that,
be in
after
there.
yesterday.
He would be ranked number one.
He just
I
drags
saw
him
it.
down, do a little ground and pound.
I saw a tweet yesterday after the game, and it's like the only thing that goes through Pickens' his head during a football game is the NLE Choppa lyrics and NBA Youngboy, and then just straight CTE. There's nothing else. When he dove on that kid after like the interception, not even trying to go for the ball, that was the funniest thing I've seen all weekend.
Ben has the Los Angeles Rams winning 24-21. Any special predictions? He said DeMarcus Robinson for 400 yards. And Matt Stafford to throw 8 interceptions. And Bernie has the Rams to slightly edge out the Miami Dolphins 24-23. What do we think Bernie would say?
Like prediction-wise?
Yeah. Colby Parkinson. Legacy game.
Blake Corum.
Blake Corum, 150 all-purpose
Three
yards.
touchdowns.
There you go. Okay. Boys, we're getting to the end of the episode. We got anything we want to talk about? Anything we want to leave our viewers, audience, everyone listening to?
I just want everyone to tune in Wednesday for the broadcast. Matt
Oh,
Merritt,
yeah.
Men's
Oh, yeah.
basketball. Big week for us.
Big
man.
week. We got Trace broadcast this week. We got me, JD, and Corey on the call. Cameron doing his thing behind the scenes on the audio board.
No more air horn though. I can't.
No more.
Can't control
Maybe we
that.
can sneak that.
Maybe we
What
talk
does
to-
give Soren an air horn to use?
Maybe up on top, or we talk to the AD and see if I can be like the PA announcer and just run like the audio board. So like I have like we were talking about that.
We were
before
joking
soccer.
about that on Saturday. Also, before we continue, big shouts to the Marywood women's soccer team and the Marywood field hockey team, both AAC champs. I know field hockey had their selection Sunday yesterday. They're playing Johns Hopkins.
Yep.
Women's soccer, I think, is tonight. So big shouts to them. Long shot, but let's bring home a natty. Dude, we bring home a natty. I'm fired up. We Marywood 3 conference champions already. We got women's soccer, field hockey, men's cross country, basketball. Men's basketball look
maybe.
good. Dude, they look good the first couple games. Women's basketball, same thing. We got a
They
couple
played
good-
Cornell.
They did play.
They did
Cornell.
play Cornell. They did. Shout out Reese Garvin with the center snap save. Big shout out. But not yet. First broadcast coming up. So fired up. It's gonna be a good one, boys.
I'm excited.
Let's go for another
We're
Emmy.
winning. We're winning this time.
Yeah, we're going for an Emmy.
Yeah, as per
Again.
usual. But for everyone
Wait,
he knows.
One more thing. Never let Jared Goff play outdoors again. I swear to God, close the roof. Do not let him play outdoors. I'm sorry. I just had to get that one out of my system. I was getting really upset that roof was open last night.
All right, I think he's a little upset. But for everyone that he knows ball, John to my left, Corey to my right, Soren in his alley, and everyone else, I'm Vincent Goldschmidt. Stay ballin', Scranton.